Good morning, everybody. Just thought I would put a little something out. I used to do a podcast called Life on Life's Terms that dealt with being sober, living in society, and dealing with life on life's terms. I'm going to start putting out a bunch of stuff about getting sober. What does that look like? Uh, what are the rooms? What does aftercare look like? Uh, are you a candidate to go to a blue book program, as we like to call it, just to qualify where I'm coming from? I'm a little over 10 years sober. I am associated with a blue book fellowship. I have done multiple sets of steps. I've sponsored, I've done 12 step calls. I have talked in front of groups of people. Um, I have done a bunch of shit in recovery and helped many people into the rooms and into treatment and yeah, and tried to utilize the principles to the best of my abilities in my daily affairs. Um, so yeah, that's where I'm coming from. Um, I am a first time kicker in the rooms. Came in and never left. Mind you, I did come in a lot into the rooms before I actually decided to do a set of steps. And thought that my girlfriend was the loaded one and I didn't have a problem at all. Not the truth. Probably I was just as messed up. Um, so yeah, I was in the rooms, but I never really thought that I had a problem. And then once I realized I had a problem, did a set of steps and just never left. So that's my story at this point. So let's talk about what an addict is. And you can qualify yourself what an addict is just by listening to this. One, you're somebody who uses your drug of choice or whatever it may be. That could be alcohol, sex, whatever it is. And you can take it or leave it. Well, that's not an addict. Then the next person really is somebody who can, binge, use heavy, but with sufficient enough reason can stop. Like the judge says, hey, if you drink anymore, I'm going to throw your ass in jail. Well, that's sufficient enough reason to stop. Or, hey, you're going to lose your children if you don't stop your drinking and using. That's sufficient enough reason, and those people likely aren't addicts. An addict, in my opinion, or out of the definition from the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, is a person, even with sufficient enough reason, can't stop using. So basically, it comes down to, now that I want to stop, why can't I stop? And the reason why you can't stop is because you may have an allergy of the mind and the body. What exactly does that mean? Well, there is some scientific proof behind that once I have ingested some sort of intoxicating substance, I will keep going until I physically can go no longer and then restart the cycle all over again the next day. There is scientific proof about alcoholics to specificity that they don't metabolize alcohol the same as normal people, nor do we metabolize drugs the same as regular people. I don't understand how to drink half a bottle of wine when you could finish a full bottle of wine. I don't understand only taking half a gram of heroin when I could have a whole gram of heroin. Like, why would I do that? None of that makes sense in my mind, and somebody could just say, well, you just need to learn self-control. Well, the issue is once the obsession takes over, I have no self-control because that's the allergy. That's the ism of my disease. That's what the disease is. I can tell you though, even though that I subscribe to Alcoholics Anonymous and the Big Book study itself, or the Big Book itself, I'm a recovered drug abuser. I've used every drug that's out there, and I drank everything that I could possibly drink. And again, as I have said, I'm over 10 years sober now, and God willing, won't go back to that. That being said, The steps don't matter. We're going to get into some of that later on. I really, really hope that you can see some insight to this. And if you want to send me questions about recovery, what it looks like, please do so. I would be so happy to answer your questions. If you really want to know what it's like to be sober, and sober in a way of abstinence, send me whatever you want. If you really want to talk about harm reduction, I am not opposed to harm reduction. I think, actually, if anybody reads the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, it talks about harm reduction and how we're supposed to do that. The best place for any drunk who's using or not using is to be in a meeting. The best place for a drug addict, whether they're using or not using, is a meeting. It's just that simple. So come high, I don't give a shit. That's cool. Come drunk, I don't give a shit. Just come. Fill a seat, right? If you cannot stop using, even though you want to stop using, well, you've come to the right place. I can't tell you how you should do it. I'm going to tell you how I did it. And God, I hope that it works for you, because I've seen it work for hundreds and hundreds of people. Anybody who's out there as a counselor or working in the addiction world, you really want to know what these programs are about, please shoot me a message. I'll answer it for you. I'm not going to disclose who you are. I'm just going to say the question and then I'm going to answer it. I do try to keep anonymity to the best possible way that I can. And so that's how I think I'm going to do that. If you have, like I said, any questions, please feel free. Shoot me a message down below. I'd be really, really happy to answer that for you. Not everybody agrees with an abstinent-based way of recovery. I can tell you that for me, there is no other way. I don't know how to live with just using a little bit. I don't know how to live with any self-control when it comes to a substance. My entire life has been a life of extreme. And that's part and parcel because I'm an addict. That's my mind. It's a battle of the mind. You will, if you're to give you some hope here, if you're coming in, you will get past the physical obsession for your drug of choice. That's going to happen at some point. It's the mental battle that happens after that, where we have to continuously try to get that reprieve in our life. And that's possible. So what do we mean by the word reprieve? It means I'm not going to use today, but maybe tomorrow. And it becomes a promise every day. And in the beginning, that's what I did every day. I said to myself, I want to use right now, but maybe I don't have to use right now. Maybe I can use tomorrow. And I would promise myself tomorrow that if it didn't get any better, I was going to throw my chips and say, screw it, I'm going out. That's not the case now. I mean, I don't have to make that promise to myself anymore. And also in the beginning, I didn't have to love myself either. I didn't even have to really like myself, because I didn't. And still some days today I don't like myself, and I sure as hell don't love myself every day either. And I have to prove that to myself, that I'm worthy of being loved and liked. So keep that in mind. None of this is perfect. None of this is going to be like, this is the way it's done, because I don't think that it's that way. I can just tell you exactly how I did it, how I keep doing it. And hopefully that resonates with you, and you come around also. This really is for the newcomer. That's what I'm doing this for. Or anybody who's struggling. I mean, I struggle also. But I have found a fail-proof way of getting past those struggles. I intend to post at least, hopefully once a day, and no more than 10 minutes at a time. if you like this, share it, send it to people that you know. I'm just here to help you as best as I possibly can. I hope you have a wonderful day. And tomorrow's post, we will be talking about step one and how we do that, and the preamble, so to say, of the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.